Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Serious Engineering. Last episode, we spent a little bit of time doing a little bit of just watching these crazy colonists over here upgrade their colony and get a few things going. We've done a little bit more work over there. We'll take a look at it in a minute. We also spent a little bit of time playing with cooking with blockheads, and I kind of lined out my little corner as a kitchen going on, and I have a terracotta floor just because, why not? You got it. And I really, really like dyeing these black. This is black, but it's actually brownish color, so it looks really, really, really nice. I know I didn't touch on this completely. The toaster is a thing that you can use to just toast things. So, like if you need to make toast, it'll make toast without having to do things, obviously, the hard way or the easy way. So, just because we'd already had it, already made it, I didn't say a word about it. So, um, we're going to kind of go on a little bit because I've made a few modifications. I've gotten really tired of running back and forth between this storage room and that warehouse to make things work, so I kind of made a couple of things. See, the first thing I made was another resource scroll for our other builder over there so I can see what he's doing and what he wants. So we've got two jobs going on right now. We have the newest builder is currently working on building up his brand new builder number 3 so that he can be able to build all the level 3 version buildings that we have, and the other one is upgrading our town hall to town hall 2, and that has just made life so much easier to the fact that the clipboard will tell me either one which one they need. However, the resource scrolls are independent of the different builders, so it's very handy. As you notice, I've also got two magic mirrors over here, one labeled base and one labeled warehouse. And I guess you can probably guess after a little while of why they're labeled that way, because one drops things in over there and one does the exact same thing like that over in the warehouse. So let's go take a look at this very quickly. I did that because I got really tired of doing this. Coming over here, finding out what they wanted or what they were missing, checking the system in here, and then running back to the base and looking at something. So, what I did was I tested a few things. We do know that the monitoring crystals will work, at least to read all of the inventory that is the warehouse. However, it will not allow you to place things back into this inventory right here, which is a kind of a sad thing. So what I had to do was I had to go get another brazier of hoarding, and I have this brazier set to 10, which is as low as it can go. And I believe actually the thing's placed personally. We don't want to mess with this either way. But basically what that means is anything within 10 blocks that's an inventory that thing can interact with, that's where it's going to be able to go. For right now, this is what I'm going to do until we get this to a little bit higher level. But what it does basically, again, is we have a magic mirror that is linked with this mirror. That mirror drops whatever I put into the other mirror into that brazier, which then deposits it immediately into this radiant chest, which is then plumbed out using a hopper into this top rack. Now, like I said, this is going to be temporary. I've been kind of playing around with it, trying to figure out how I want to do this. I may move this up there just because it would look slightly better. I guess we can do that. If I can get up here to where I can place this in here. There we go. And then we can just kind of hide that, say, upstairs if we want to do something like that. But for right now, that's doing the work. So what I do is when somebody needs something, which we don't need anything right now, I don't think. I mean, there's a few things they say they're missing, but nobody's complaining right now. We're going to need those bricks probably pretty soon, and I know I'm going to need some item frames and a few other things like that. I'm kind of waiting on them to say they want some of these timber frames, but I'm pretty sure we have quite a few timber as well. Yeah, I've got quite a few spruce timber frames. Do we have any spruce? Yes. Okay, we do. Those things are the pain, just absolute pain that is Mine Colonies, is continuously having to craft those things in order to be able to get what you need. So let's take a nap and take a look around a little bit more. So again, we've done some more work. This builder right here is currently working on building up our town hall. I have a couple of projects that I'm waiting on to happen. This is finally upgraded. He's currently upgrading this building, which is just barely against this farm. And I think this farm is going to be the next major thing to move. I have a thing that I know I didn't set up for this person here, which is going to be a combat academy. And the guards, the knights that are wandering around your village and your colony need to train somehow. And they can either train by fighting other raiders, or they can train by whacking a dummy until they gain levels. So once everybody's done and upgraded and happy, basically when this person over here is done upgrading his builder, I'm going to have him build that and then build this up into a level 2 so we can have at least one more knight or guard or whatever, and just continuously do the upgrades and upgrades and upgrades and upgrades until we're, what are you doing on top of your hut, you crazy fool? Oh, these guys, they're so fun. This, again, probably temporary for right now. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this guy around, because I think probably fairly soon we're going to start actually doing some of the farming in a more automated, easy to manage, don't have to deal with these clowns fashion, which means forestry, tree farm, and a few other things. We're not going to do that right now. We're just kind of wandering around, watching things happen. Gentleman is slowly building up the town hall, and I'm just kind of playing things, seeing what's going on. So that's where those beds went. Yes, as you upgrade your town halls, especially if you have started, as low as mine are right now, where I think this is still a level 1, they will add sleeping space, and sleeping space can be utilized by the player. Sleeping space, I believe, can actually be utilized by colonists coming in, but we're going to find that out as they get this built. So does anybody need anything? This has been rather quiet. No? Really? Very nice. For once, I didn't have to come over here and look at things. So very, very, very cool. Over here, I have the beginnings of another little thing, which is a composter. And I've been having problems dealing with all of the wheat seeds and all the extra wheat and all of the potatoes and all the random garbage that you normally accumulate while you're farming things. So if you build a composter, the composter will take various materials like melon seeds and pumpkin seeds and junk, just random compostable things, and make compost out of them. And what do you do with compost? Well, compost, you can make composted dirt, and your farmers can take the compost and use it to fertilize your crops. So it's one way of not having to continuously throw away certain things like seeds all the time, throwing away seeds. So this house as well also got upgraded. It is now a level 3, I believe, and we have 3 people. Oh yes, that's right. So we've managed to already upgrade. We've got several people living in this house. Nice little bitty place, has a nice little bitty desk up here. And the kind of funny thing about this house design in particular is the other bedroom is out here where the stables used to be. Yeah, it's kind of stinky out here. You know how that, it's kind of disgusting and that kind of thing. But anyhow, we're going to kind of let these guys build and do what they need to get done. And I'm kind of just waiting on things to happen at this point, because I want to try to get at least all of the buildings that we have up to level 2 to 3, aside from the miner and possibly this thing. The larger the composter, the more of these cool little compost barrels they make. And I'm assuming actually that I can probably interact with this thing if I were to make my own. It is a separate block, which is kind of interesting. So, composter, I think it's called a barrel. Yeah, it's called a barrel. So we can kind of continuously play with this. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is whether or not I placed it too close to this house, which I may have. And if I did, well, I guess this one's just going to end up growing into these two, and they're just going to kind of do whatever they need to do. And again, hello emails. I really need to fix those notifications. So, um, I've been spending way too much time today playing with these. I'm actually recording this after the last episode, mainly because I'm going on vacation and I need to get you guys something to do. Um, they just do that every now and then. And you go, well, what are you doing? Why are you standing there? Hey, go in there and check something out, or go do something, or, whatever. Their pathfinding is so weird, to the point I had to build stairs in this one high block here, because otherwise they would sit there and kind of edge across it until they got to a straight spot and then went down the road where they would normally go. So their pathfinding is definitely really wonky. So let's see. How are you doing? You're whining about something. You're probably whining about the item frames. So let's go do that for him, and then we can kick back and watch some things happen. So yes, definitely much of this flying back and forth and flying back and forth and flying back and forth and flying back and forth. We're kind of just going to touch on a few things today. Just trying to get a few things randomly done around the base, and you just end up with not a whole lot to do while you wait on people building things. Pack is definitely not as hard as it could seem to be. So I don't tend to do a lot unless I really feel like I need a lot of things. Where do I got 116 leather at? Why is it out here? What? Oh, yeah, right. I forget. We're making cows. Well, let's do the other one. Where's the other leather at? The other leather is over there, so we can end the tracking, and for whatever reason, it's back up here. Up. Thank you. Should be right there. Cool. I want this down here in the mob drops. So, he wanted a few item frames. A few item frames should require a few sticks, I believe. Item frames, let's just make 4 because that works nicely, and then I find the correct mirror. Go like that. Give it a couple of seconds and cancel that. He will then re-request it from the warehouse, and the warehouse will deliver it. So that's really, really, really handy. Again, like I said, I made the mistake. I should not have built where I did, as far as building the warehouse, and all of that area is so far away from my main base, but that's okay. We will live. He did want some bricks as well, so let's go ahead and just throw a few bricks in that. And done. So I shouldn't have to worry about any of that, and I can spend my time over here playing in my base, doing what I want to do. So very cool. All right, I do need to reharvest these because I about ran out of them, considering that that's the only way you can get brown dye. So that's a thing. And sure, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these guys a little bit of time to finish up, and we will come back once they're done. So I will see you guys then. Well, I hope that got caught. Let me check, make sure. Should have. Yes, we're done. That's a level 2. Awesome. And it's time to go to bed. So let's sleep. Really, 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 really quickly. Wasn't expecting him to be that well done. I just looked at it and realized that his script was about empty, and that one is now done. Awesome. So, level 2. Finally, level 2 Town Hall. So let's go ahead and check it out really quickly. And kind of looks about the same in here right now. We have a nice little crafting station and a little bedroom. That's very cool. Like I said, I believe the player can use this, and I don't quite remember whether or not something else can, like if the other villagers or colonists can. It's been quite a minute since I've gotten to mess with this, but it has a nice little kind of a, I guess you call these a bastion or something like that. I forget exactly what these are. A little turret kind of thing on top. Cool. Our other builder got his work done, so he's now over here working on digging out the hole and laying down the dirt and whatnot for our combat arena training area, so we can make our knights bigger and stronger and better and all that wonderful good stuff. And as soon as he finishes with that, I'm going to have him upgrade at that house over there. And I think we're probably going to build another house, maybe right in this general area. Or I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet, because I do need to redirect the road that I built so that it kind of comes across the front right here. And then it might make a jog into the actual barracks. And then we're going to start just upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading all of the wonderful stuff. So I do want to look real quick at the log situation. We still have over 1,000 logs. That's great. In both of the 2 flavors that we're using. That's awesome. This woodcutter, wood person, whatever this sawmill thing is, works occasionally. I've had to come in here and rebuild the recipes in it several times, and he doesn't ever go to work. Yeah, build stuff, dude. Thank you. You're supposed to be building things. And I don't know. Sometimes he just doesn't come back to work like he's supposed to. And I think it's probably due to the fact that he lives way over there, and I need to assign him to this building here probably. So, where do you live, dude? You are Mr. Cowill. I think you live all the way on the other side of town, don't you? Miss the wire. Yeah, I think you live over here. And if you do, I think we're going to be moving you with someone that is a little bit closer. Now, you don't live here. You must live in this one? Do you live in here? Yes, you live in here with Oscar. So, yeah, we probably need to move that gentleman to someplace a little closer. And I think this is Oscar. Yeah, I'll have to do that off camera, get these guys sorted out, because we are eventually going to do some more work out here. I think we're probably going to do the sheep possibly out here. Possibly, along with a fishing hut, I think is going to go over on this side, just as we get things built up and as we have more things to do. Now, I have been looking at a few things, and if I can hit the right button, I want to go ahead and at least build the crusher, the actual crusher, but I don't think we're probably going to use it other than possibly use it for grinding down things like cobble into gravel. If it'll do that, I do not want to be using some of the other things like the smelter and the stone smelter, because all of those guys are going to be using furnaces, and I don't really want them using furnaces without a certain thing that we may look at eventually. But I don't think it's going to happen today, because I do need one more thing from all of that system, which is going to be we're actually going to have to get into a machine in order to be able to craft what I want. So a smelter, or not a smelter, a crusher. Crusher is going to be very simple. Well, let's just build that right now and get this over with. So 5 of those, 2 of these, and what else did it need? My brain is about as long as it is short at this point. Been a long day. Having lots of fun recording, though. Where is all my cobblestone? 1, 2. Click, go, crusher. Ding, ding. All right, let's read this quest. This quest says, Mine Colony Crusher can break down 2 ore clusters into 1 native cluster, which will then smelt into 2 full ingots. This is a more efficient process, but the amount of ore clusters a crusher can crush per day depends on its level. So we will take our rewards. And basically what that does is it takes the cluster, I believe this is not right. It takes one of these, and in a crusher, I don't even know if we can see this in this system, should take to something like this, or it may even do like a native iron cluster. If it takes 2 and turns into this, that's perfectly fine. That's great. That's wonderful, because you get 2 iron or 2 gold or 2 whatever from it. And right now we don't have a really easy way of working through all of this aluminum, and I think the lead, something like that. There's 1 or 2 things yet that I don't have unlocked with the Thaumcraft method in order to be able to actually ore double or ore triple. We can't really do this. Plus, I'm about ready to start tearing most of that down. It was a fun project, but it's just too finicky. I could make it better with piping. I could make it better with drones. I'm just kind of not really going to play with it right now. So we do have this gentleman. He's not doing anything right now, I think. Let's see how big this is. Build tool. Build tool, build tool, build tool. Let me out. Where is my build tool? I left it over at the base again. Let's go grab it. And thank you. Yep. Run back over here. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's all I do anymore, is just back and forth and back and forth. But let's see what kind of a size of a structure this is going to end up being. It actually might fit. really nicely. Why is there cobblestone? Oh, that's their cobblestone thingy. Okay, so we're going to do probably a, what in the world? It's a water wheel. That's cool. We're probably going to do a stone variant if we have one. Let's see what the stone looks like at level 5. Pretty not very cool. Can I go to rotate this away? And then we need to sneak it back that direction. Where is the line? I don't know if I like this one. I mean, why does the whole front have to be that way? Is there something there? That's going to be fun to find. I mean, it's not going to be terrible to find, but it's going to be fun to find. Do they have like a, does it get dug down or something? Oh, boy. Oh. Go back down. Let's take a look. That looks like that needs to be like this. So there's a stairwell right here. And random stuff laying around. Maybe we build that right there, just because the majority of what it's going to get is going to be coming out of this mine anyway. Not that it's going to matter. I don't think they're going to haul it, but I really don't like that one. What does this look like? Looks a little better. Although now we need to rotate it and move it over and back it up. Maybe one more, and then does it need any more than that? Let's do this. What does this look like? That looks kind of neat, although it's right smack and dab in the middle of the town right across the street from the town hall. Maybe we don't put it right there. Let's see if we can find one that looks a little better. Acacia, birch, dark oak, dwarven, jungle, medieval, dark oak. I think that one is actually, that's kind of neat. Let's go down with you. I know it's a little bit of umming and on, and what world are we going to do? Let's back that thing this direction, and don't get too close to the mine. Might need to move it over one that way. Because this is a kind of industrial / farming area. Whoop. Huh. Now I'm torn. Think we're gonna do that one. And I think I'm gonna leave it just like that with a nice little wide open spot up front here in case I decide I want to build something else. So go ahead and build it, sir. I should actually check one thing. And one thing I have been checking is checking where these are going to upgrade to. So this is going to upgrade to there. We're fine. Okay, good. Cancel. Don't need it. I'm not planning on upgrading this anything higher than probably the 3 level anyway, because we're already down quite a ways. So I'm going to set this guy to build it. And it's going to build whatever the base building is and continue on, and we'll just see what happens. So everybody looks like they're getting ready to go to bed. I think with that, we've had a bit of fun just doing some wanderings around and kind of having just a rambling episode. So that's pretty neat, pretty cool. I'm going to let them build for a little while, and I will see you guys when I get back from all the fun stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.